Good morning, friends. It's about 5:30 in the morning. It's a really early morning. For me, at least. I'm not used to this. I actually got up about 5 o'clock, and so I haven't gotten a whole lot accomplished. No matter what I try, no matter like what time I go to bed or have to get up, I am never like an energetic morning person. It just takes me a while. I'm just slower in the morning. And so, but I gotta get going because today we're going to do some spring planting, and I might take you along for tomorrow. I know tomorrow I have to do a lot of filming, so it'll be a pretty full couple days. But before we head out today, I do have to get some breakfast, and part of not being awake in the morning is I'm just not hungry yet. But I will make myself have an egg and avocado toast. I think that will hopefully help like tide me over when my stomach does wake up, when the rest of me wakes up and everything. And then I might pack for myself. I made this blueberry banana loaf the other day. I was just like, my husband picked up some blueberries. I was craving blueberries, and then suddenly like a banana loaf sounded good as well. So I made the two, or I combined the two, and I have to cut into that then today. I actually made it kind of late last night, so it wasn't fully cooled. I'll show you the contraption of how I just kind of left it last night. So this is what my storage is looking like. Literally, I had this like sitting on this rack so it could cool, but and I just put something over it, which is an old, what do you call these, crock pot. But here's the blueberry banana loaf, and I'm going to cut into that here in a little bit. Actually, why don't I just do that now so I can put it in a little baggie and save it for, like I said, later when I might get hungry. I also have to get Elmo out. Just had to wake him up. He's not an early bird either. But I go out, do business, huh, bud? Yeah, did you sleep okay? Good boy. He's the most cuddly early in the morning, usually, and sometimes late at evening. And I just love it. Yeah, I just love it. Okay, let's get going. It's actually still pretty cold outside. Like, we had a cold front come through, so it was a high of like 40, 45 maybe yesterday, but it's down in the 40s or low 40s again today, this morning. So it's supposed to get up to like, I don't know, maybe 75 by late afternoon, but he gets cold pretty easily, so I've got his winter coat on him again, and that's just okay, right? Gotta do what we gotta do. You ready to go potty and poopy? Come on. Let's go. Alright, so change in plans. I'm not having an egg and avocado toast. I'm just having these chocolate chip oat muffins, and I'm running out of time basically. So this is what's gonna be. I always keep some of these in my fridge for, whenever I feel like it, and for quick breakfast. So works out great. I'm gonna have these. I've already packed myself a water, but then I need to brush my teeth and pretty much be heading out the door because my dad hopes to be in the field by 7 o'clock, basically first light pretty much. So let's get going. You guys look at that sunrise. Beautiful. All right, so what we are doing here is we are spraying, and we are spraying a cover crop. We plant a cover crop over the winter so that it can just provide a little coverage so that things don't erode with rain or anything like that. And then it also provides some topsoil for later for nutrients for the ground. And then we kill that off before we plant the actual crop that we will harvest. So this was rye. We also plant radishes. I'm not sure if there's another cover crop that we plant, but those are the two most common ones. And we have a 60-foot sprayer, so it's just kind of a wide contraption. Interesting how it can fold up. And we are spraying in the oldest tractor. Is the most bumpy, and there's not a spare partner seat, so to speak. So I am on an upturned stool. I'll show that to you here in a minute. And she is rough on some fields. This is a different field that we were in, and it was actually probably the most rough field out of them all. And you're going at a pretty decent clip with spraying. All right, I am actually riding over to go see my grandma, visit her for a little bit, because I was riding in the spraying tractor with my dad, and then nature called, so I had to hop out and go up to my parents' house, and it's just not really convenient to go back in the tractor with dad at this point, so I'll let him finish up that field. And like I said, I'm going to visit grandma for a little bit. It's a good opportunity. I'm already out in this direction, and I might be able to meet up with my uncle and ride with him while he's drilling beans later. So that's the goal. That's what I hope to do. Okay, my uncle had finished up with his beans, and so we were actually filling up the drill then for my dad's beans. And it was a very windy day while we were doing this. I'll get a shot of it later on, but we are planting with replenished beans here. Not all of our fields are replenished, but they're very specific in how they want things planted as far as no mixing of any sort. But anyways, the replenished beans, I guess, are supposed to be a higher oil concentration or something like that. I'm not an expert by any means, but we're just unfolding the equipment. This is a 40-foot drill, I believe. It's quite large. We do have to, at one point in the road, we do have to have people like kind of direct traffic so that we can get past a certain area. I have this clip sped up here. The drill does not go that fast, but just so I guess things are a little bit easier to watch for you. We're checking to see how the beans are planted. There's a little bean. Sorry, it is so windy here. I cannot find my little cap to cover the mic. All right, so we have done the end caps of this field, and now we've made a couple passes on the ends, like the straight lines basically. And we've got the auto steer on, so it's pretty simple at this point for drilling the beans. And right now, this tractor is just kind of lulling me to sleep because I am not used to waking up at 5 a.m. on a regular basis. So definitely feeling a little groggy. But I guess that's all now for an update. There's really not much happening, so I'll catch up with you later. All right, friends, it is about 4 o'clock, and I'm actually heading home now at this point. I didn't finish the field. My dad's still in the tractor drilling the beans, and he really doesn't need my help. I was just in there for company, and to be truthfully honest, like I kind of said earlier, I was nearly falling asleep. So like I said, he doesn't need my help, and I was just there to kind of tag along, and I did that for a while. I did it all morning and then into the afternoon, a good portion of the afternoon, and now I'm just kind of ready to head home. If they need my help, if I was actually like really being useful in something, that'd be another story. I'd stay as long as they need. But now it's time to get cleaned up. Oh, and I gotta show you something when we get home. I am super excited about. All right, so I made it home. Like I said, I have something I want to show you, but I do want to say, if I look crazy, please forgive me. I've been out in the tractor all day, okay, you guys? And it's very windy out there. I did try to like re-tie my hair back because she was crazy. She was all over the place. And I do plan on washing this hair a little bit. I'm gonna hop in the shower. I'm gonna throw these clothes in the wash and also hop in the shower and wash my hair. And I'm doing some videos tomorrow, so I might take you along with me on that too. Just kind of show you like behind the scenes a little bit. But guys, what I want to show you, I'm so excited. If you're from the Midwest and maybe like a country person, you might understand the excitement, the hype behind it. But look what I got. Can you guys see what those are? They're mushrooms, wild mushrooms, yellow morels. I have to say, I actually didn't do any of the work in finding these. If you're not familiar with what a yellow morel is, or a morel mushroom, basically, I'll show you a picture like of like a view with a lid off type deal. But if you're not familiar, they basically grow in the woods, and it's in the springtime, usually early springtime, and you need rainy, warm weather. So we've actually had a decent mix of that. Now, there was a period of time on my parents' farm where we could find these like crazy, and then they just kind of like got scarce, and now we barely find them. Now, I will say, Grandma gave me these. It's a sign that she loves me. This is a true sign that she loves me, but she didn't find these. Actually, one of her, a distant cousin, distant relative, gave these to her. And so she was sweet enough to pass them on to me, and I am just thrilled. The rest of today, though, is going to be pretty low key. I don't think I'm going to fry up the mushrooms tonight. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to show. If I'm going to show anything, I might just pick up the camera up again tomorrow because like I said, I'm not really doing much. Just gonna wash my hair. I'm not even gonna style my hair. I may show you the products I'm using. That's fair enough. Yeah, I'll show you the products I'm going to be using for washing my hair, but I'm just going to have naked curls because like I said, I'm going to do a styling video tomorrow in the morning. And then I'm also going to do like a regular video. I'm going to do a Q&A tomorrow basically. So I'll show you a little bit of the behind the scenes for that. It's not initially why I plan to have naked curls tomorrow morning because I do have some places I need to be. I don't really like to be out in public with my hair with nothing on it, but we're just going to do it because I feel dirty, I feel grimy and gross. I was around the spray, so you always like to wash everything. Like I said, I'm putting these clothes in the wash, not in the shower. I about said that. I'm putting these clothes in the wash, I'm getting in the shower. But then it was also really windy, like the wind picked up in the afternoon and I was standing up there trying to film the drill when my uncle was driving it, and I pretty much just was coated in dust. And so it is what it is. I need to get cleaned up and I need to stop just procrastinating and talking about it and just do it. So let me show you the products that I'll be using to wash my hair. All right, this is the order of the products I'm going to go in with. I'm going in with the Soultanicals, the Mainstay Night Clay Treatment. It's been a long time since I've used this, but I just really feel like my hair needs a good detox. And then I'm also going in with the AG Balance Apple Cider Vinegar Shampoo, and then as well as following that up with the Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore Treatment Mask. And then, like I said, I will finish up styling tomorrow. Okay, we're just having leftovers as I kind of stated. We have pork tenderloin with a gravy over it, some au gratin potatoes from a box, and some frozen peas and carrots that we heated up. Obviously no longer frozen. I have green tea there. I got my favorite mug again. Did I show you guys this? I am so excited. I did end up getting it from my aunt, picked it up from TJ Maxx. So super happy about that. But hopefully the green tea will energize me. We'll see. We're finished with supper now, but we are getting ready to do our devotions. And I did just want to kind of touch on something that's been bothering me in the last couple hours, or maybe even like the latter half of today. I told you how I was really tired today, like especially in the latter half of the day. Well, I was tired waking up, but I just really felt it like compounding and just pulling me down in the latter half of the day. And even though I was tired today, it was beginning to affect my tomorrow before tomorrow has even come. And what I mean by that is I was thinking about how tired I was. I was thinking about what I needed to do tomorrow, the plans that I had to do, the things I wanted to accomplish. And I was becoming overwhelmed with tomorrow before it was even there, before it's even here, I should say. I just thought to myself, this is ridiculous, Jody. You have to stop. And I was thinking about what the Bible says about worrying about tomorrow, about worrying about things that, before you need to worry about them. In Matthew chapter 6, starting in verse 25, it says, "Therefore I say to you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, nor about your body, what you will put on it. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air, for they neither sow nor reap, nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not more value than they? And which of you by worrying can add 1 cubit to his stature? So why do you worry about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field and how they grow. They neither toil nor spin, and yet I say to you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Now if God, who clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, will he not so much more clothe you, O you of little faith? Therefore do not worry, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For all these things the Gentiles seek, and for your heavenly Father knows that you need all these things. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day is its own troubles." And I've read this plenty of times. I know this scripture. It's an easy read, but there's something just about rereading it, and it just I feel a peace. I feel a peace. I will get accomplished what I can, and if I can't get everything done, it's not the end of the world. And also, I'll tell you what, I do feel like the green tea is finally kicking in a little bit, kind of rejuvenating me. Maybe even eating supper might have helped as well. So the Lord's word, some good food, and a nice green tea, doing wonders. Okay, I'm just currently getting ready for filming day. I have a couple things I need to do before I start my hair videos. If you guys don't know, if you're just here for my lifestyle content, I do curly hair content, and that's actually how my channel started out. So I'm going to do one of those videos today, and I'm going to do a lifestyle content, like a Q&A. I've already touched on this yesterday, I believe, but this is just part of my process. I usually get my makeup on. I've already washed my hair last night, but she's frizzy because I haven't done anything with it. I just slept with the bonnet on. Usually I braid my hair when I do this, but I didn't. And that's okay. I just wanted to try something a little bit different because, like I said, I have a couple places I need to go first. One appointment, and then the other place is to the client. And my client's seen me with my hair like this. I will braid it up before I go out, but she's seen me with my hair like this, and I don't really mind. But the appointment, I'm just gonna feel a little awkward, not gonna lie. I just need to kind of hurry today or hurry at this point, because my appointment is at 8:30, and for whatever reason, I just can hardly get myself to move fast in the morning. I can hardly do it. So, by the way, if you think I'm putting on a lot of blush, it's because I am, but I feel like there's blush blindness for the camera. When I look in the camera, when I watch my footage back, most of the time I'm like, I don't see it that much. So, but I do like to blend it out with a little damp sponge. Just kind of blend the edges. Okay, I still have to do my eyebrows and eyelashes, but I'm going to catch up with you later. Hello girlfriends, welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jody, and it's great to have you join me today. Today I am doing a this or that video where I'm looking at 2 different hair gels. Alright, I'm recording on my phone right now, and I better stand with my back this way because I don't want to be backlit with all these windows and everything like that. I filmed a curly hair video earlier this morning, well, late morning I will say. By the time I finished it up, it was close to lunchtime. So I had some lunch, and I took Elmo on a short walk, and then now I'm getting back into filming another video. This is the Q&A I had mentioned. So I'm hoping to finish that up before my husband gets home. He's run out to the gym and running a few errands. So like I said, I hope to get that done before he gets home. Alright friends, I just wrapped up that Q&A, and my mouth gets very dry when talking like consistently like that. I feel like for my hair videos, it's a little bit more like I stopped talking for a while to do some brush styling or whatever, or I don't know. For some reason, like the long talking, straight through talking type videos is where I get the driest. So cheers. I think now at this point, I'm still feeling like I don't feel as overwhelmed today as I did yesterday evening, as I was saying at one point, but I still feel like today I'm just kind of like a little bit low energy. I don't know if I've got a bug or something too. I had a headache, don't have much of an appetite, although I will say I'm going to make those wild mushrooms today. I need to do it because tomorrow's not really an option. And you know what's really weird is making me think like, do I have something like, am I kind of a little sick? Is because as much as I love those wild mushrooms, I didn't get any last year. It's been several years, and when I would only get like maybe 3 bites or something like that, you know, not much, because they're just hard to come by in our area now. But anyways, I would normally be salivating over those, so excited to have them. And I'm looking forward to eating them, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like it just doesn't even sound that good, if that makes sense. It does, but it doesn't. But I need to do that. I need to fry those up, and I really just want to take a walk. When I say I'm not motivated, I just feel like I want to be outside though. I feel like that might cure all my ills, to be truthfully honest. I did take Elmo, as I think I mentioned this, I took Elmo on a short walk earlier. It was just around my neighborhood, so I didn't film that. But I want to go on a little bit more of a walk, but I do also need to I need to clear out some of my footage. My memory card is getting full, so I need to do that before I do anything else, or you're not going to get any content basically. So let me do that. All right, are you guys ready for this? I am very excited now to be finally starting to fry my wild mushrooms. I just had a quick chat with my mom just to make sure I am going to be doing this correctly, because I've never actually done it myself. I've always either, been home, like living at home when we had the wild mushrooms, or my parents have invited me out, because where I live, you can't get them. But once again, this is what the mushrooms look like. So I'm going to rinse these off. I have a strainer here. They have been soaking in salt water. So in case you're curious, soaking in salt water to get the bugs out. Okay, now at this point, I'm just gonna take these mushrooms and dip them in the flour. I'm just gonna make sure that they're really coated and try to get out the excess. Now I could put these right in the frying pan, but for the sake of trying to film this and get things going, I'm not putting it right in the frying pan. I do need to get some butter warming up though in the skillet. Okay, I'm gonna make sure there's plenty of butter in here. That was my mom's instructions. I'm gonna start melting that. If I need to add more, I definitely will. I had the mushrooms over here. The other thing besides the butter that we'll need is salt. If I didn't say that already, plenty of salt. This is not a low sodium diet, in my opinion, if you want it to taste the best. I have little tong-like things to help flip it, and a fork maybe. I'm gonna try not to use the fork, but I might need it. Let's start plopping these puppies in now. I don't hear the sizzle. Yeah, we're committed. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for the others though. Yeah, let's just go ahead and add them. You guys, I said earlier that I wasn't like hungry for these because I just wasn't feeling quite right, but I'm hungry for these now. Now that I'm cooking them, I'm like, ooh, I can't wait for these to be done. See, this is like, the other thing is just too bulky. Oh, that looks beautiful. That looks beautiful, okay? I think the small pieces might be ready to turn. Oh, I forgot to salt these again. I wanted to salt the other side. Oops. Okay. Almost forgot one of the most important parts. All right, this looks so good. I'm only concerned that maybe I don't have enough salt on it. So that is my only concern. I should probably offer some of this to my husband. He does not care for these, but it would be nice of me too, That'd be the good wifey thing to do. Let me check with him. Another thing, I need to document this, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I need to document this. Now for the real test here. Go for the little one. This way, if I start with the little one and it needs more salt, let me adjust my camera here. If I start with the little one and it needs more salt, then it's not the end of the world. Like, I still have the big ones to go that I can remedy that. That was perfect. Oh my gosh. That was so good. If you guys ever have the opportunity to go looking through a woods for these yellow morels or for the gray ones, pretty much look the same, a little bit less of a big sponge, less of a head, less of a spongy top, and they're more gray in color. Oh, so good. Oh, I'm in heaven. So good. Thank you, Grandma. I love you. Thank you for giving these to me. You're the best. Okay, I am getting on a walk this afternoon. I think I mentioned that I wanted to do that, and now I'm getting out here. Gorgeous day, beautiful. It's like 75 or something like that. I already took Elmo for his walk. I know I said that. He just can't do the long walks anymore. And it makes me sad, but that's just one of the realities. These vehicles go by watching me talk to this phone here like this, and I feel silly. I feel ridiculous, but just filling you in on what I'm doing. I don't know how far I'm going to go, but it feels good to get out. All right, I'm about at the furthest point out, maybe just a little bit beyond that, and Google Maps has me at 1.3 miles, so I'll be just a little over 2.5 miles by the time I get home, and I'm loving it. I will say, I had a bee get tangled in my hair earlier, so a little concerning since I am allergic to bees, but I got him out without any consequences, no stings. Yeah, but bees are really out. Oh my goodness, bumblebees, honeybees, all kinds. So I'm keeping my eye out. Alright, I've been back from our walk for a bit. I ended up going on about a 3-mile walk, I think, because I did take a little alternate route home, so it wasn't like the most direct route. It was great, honestly, as I mentioned while I was walking. But then when I got home, I had to spray around our house for insects. I had to use like the Ortho Home Defense, something like that. We've been having some problems with the ants, both the large kind and the small kind. I think we got the small kind taken care of, but now I'm seeing a few of the large ones around, so just sprayed all around the perimeter for that, and I did a little weeding in our landscaping mulch area, and now I'm ready to get a shower, get cleaned up, and just kind of relax for the night. Actually, I think I'll probably end up working on the computer some, editing one of the videos that I filmed today, because I've been filming 3 videos today. The hair video, the Q&A, and this vlog, so I'll be working on one of those this evening for a bit. I think the Q&A, because I do need to get that one out first. So I think I'm just going to sign out of this vlog now. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for following along with me for a couple of days. And until I see you guys again in the next one, have a wonderful day. Bye, friends.